welcome back to Rivers of Fire and Blood. This is part three, Pluckers. The last session had the group kind of winding through their investigation of the bandit group slash rebels known as the Pluckers. They appear to have a base of operations on the northern side, or kind of northeast side of town, close to the coast of the God's Eye. These bandits are very keen on, and have been for the last decade or so, undermining the Lord Goodman house. And nobody has really established why that's the case. It's just a general call of kind of insurrection, kind of incipient in the town itself. And it's certainly nobody has really asked about so far. It's something I do want to put on the table just so you kind of think about details like that. And then they gathered their troops and are preparing to ride out in the morning to go and deal with these brigands, these ne'er do wells, these law breakers, and destroy them. So, what we didn't get into last time is who all is amidst your group. We do know one of your watchmen, your personal watchman, and that is Eric Honensgrave. And that'll be this ugly guy here because he looks like he has to pay for sex. Uh, Jesus. Um,
Which one? Ping him again.
this guy here. Did you get it? You got that one?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I don't typically. I don't like Eric. Okay. Um, he's a piece of shit. Um, moving right along though. The two knights that are part of your complement, who would basically be on par with Rogar, are Ambrin Olafstad, who is this guy with the red, and Jeremiah Bartlett, kind of the beige background. They are knights of the realm, anointed knights, and they serve at Lord Goodman's pleasure. The rest of the other towns guard, they don't have names. Yeah, if you want to call them something like, and it doesn't sound like it's a joke or like kind of off hat, that's totally fine. They look like though. I'll leave that there. Um, and yeah, um, they're prepared and ready to go. Um, I know there was discussion
Done.
of. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Can you say those knights' names again? Ambrin and
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah. Thank you.
And I'll post them in notifications just so you have the spellings too. They're not crazy. Not too crazy anyway. All right. So then the group, sans the Godsworn, are prepared to head out. Now, is there any reason why anybody wants to kind of like afford that the Godsworn would attend? Not obviously to fight, but to be present.
I mean, we could
Bless the
argue
battlefield.
it would be nice to have someone to read last rites.
Okay.
I feel like that would be my main argument. He also could have an argument for staying in or going out, whatever he prefers.
Yeah. So I guess it leaves to Travis then. Like it does sound like there's arguments either way. Do you wish to attend and basically bear witness to the events that are about to transpire? Godsworn and Maesters are very kind of special people in society. Most people are not going to assault a um, individual who is considered a conduit of the Seven. Um, the other note too is like out of combat, like last rites are definitely something that would need to be sworn over people who died, kind of to ensure their immediate passage as quick as you can, um, and also kind of anointing the body to ensure it's prepared and ready for more funeral service if somebody important dies. But yeah, it's entirely up to you if you want to go or not.
Those are important things, yeah. But I am very clumsy and would probably end up just hindering any uh,
I think you're misunderstanding. Like,
progress.
you wouldn't be with them. Like, you'd be
Yeah,
kind of standing over there while they fight.
Yeah, you would think of like a modern day chaplain in the army. They don't have a firearm even. They're just around in case things happen.
Yeah.
That's more would be your job. You'd be like 100 feet away from anything deadly, and you would see like a signal go up, and you would run in to do last rites on like a dying soldier of ours, and then after the whole thing's done, if any of theirs are still dying, on them.
Yeah, or like yeah, it's also kind of like a news reporter at a conflict zone or something like that. You're not really a part of the fight. You're a godsworn. If let's say for example, like this was like a conflict between two different lords, the presumption would be that if they take over these lands, you're theirs now. Like you're a part of the property. You are sent here by the church to act as like,
yeah,
spiritual advisor for these people. So, if you don't want to go, it makes sense as well because you're preparing the church for any potential, large effects, and you could also be attending to um, the mother, in not the mother as in the goddess Mara Goodman, I mean, because she did just lose her husband to this, and she might just lose her son to this as well. So, how would you like to go?
if the young lord asked me to go, I will tag along.
Does the young lord ask?
You're coming with.
I want to make sure I get in to that heaven if I die. Keep saying it, maybe it'll come true. Who knows? Okay, so with that, um, bear with me here. When you set out, are you going on horseback or on foot? You would know that the area around the castle is very marshy, so you could ride into town, depart, like leaving your horses with the church there, and then making your way to um, the ruin rather.
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, the route that allows us to still have a quick exit in horses would be preferred.
Okay.
So yeah, getting there, parking with the church, and then moving forward from there.
Okay. Um, when you see it from this angle, and I'm going to move us to a battle map. Um, just there is no Godsworn yet. I will fix that. And then, um, does everybody's tokens work or no?
About to find out.
No.
Nope.
Okay, bear with me for a second.
Yes.
I pulled them right.
Um.
I pulled them right off your character.
Yeah, mine doesn't either.
No, I know. At least,
Mine does now.
yeah, I just updated it. I'm fixing everybody's. Hold on. So it's very interesting the update that they've created. So you can save a token to their sheet, and when you drag and drop it down, it's as the token exactly was instead of being keyed to it, even if you've updated it a couple of times. So now you have to manually kind of check it to ensure that it's saved correctly, and
That sucks.
I hate that. So they all are saved without. Um, they're all saved without. Wait, why is this kid? That's not correct. Let me make sure that this is correct. Yes, okay. Apparently, the Lord token was representative of Hector for a second, so that was interesting. Um, okay, so
Be the Lord.
your soldiers are with you. I've placed them in a specific patterning, but I want to ask: do you want them to take the lead and you to be behind them, or do you wish to lead from the front?
Leading from the front is how I die. I'm not good enough to lead from the front, and that is not my mistake to make. So I will be happily 3/4 back,
Yeah, sure. Just
if possible.
an easy peasy switch there for me. Um,
Yeah,
and
that's happy with me.
you would see that the structure ahead, It appears to have walls that are current, not due in part to tides, but probably due to kind of like spring runoff. The lake has kind of swollen over the last day or so. Um, the land is very marshy but very flooded. You would see that the structure, some of the walls still stand, but you can see kind of telltale signs that it, the reason this fort was abandoned and the reason it's fallen into disrepair is mainly due to the land that it sits on. It's not quite sturdy foundationing. Um, the other matter you would note is there's probably about a little over a dozen individuals that are apparently at the camp from this distance. Obviously, you're not doing any kind of stealth or anything, so it does look like
No.
you can see the signs of them mustering to kind of prepare to engage with you in some way or another. The main thing that you'll note is, as far as range weaponry goes, it only looks as though one of them at all has any kind of range weaponry. Crossbows are very expensive. They're not something that you can kind of just pick up and get. And bows, though they are um, less expensive, they are also a weapon that requires like a certain level of skill to utilize, and people are probably not going to invest the time in that when they are sell swords. People who fight as man at arms for, as it looks like these individuals happen to be. Um, so, um, obviously, it's not just going to be a situation where you rush out and yelling and screaming and murdering them all. But yeah, they'll start to kind of muster a bit. It looks like they are kind of very quickly donning their armor and kind of preparing for a fight. And seemingly not terribly scared or anything, um, the woman, who appears to be their leader, will step out into um, the middle ground there in between the two structures, the tower and the kind of fort structure.
Okay. Well, quick purview shows that we about got it right on sides of who needs to be where, strength wise and people wise. I feel that we just walk forward as more of a unit, like everyone trying to kind of keep the same formation until we get close enough to actually intervene, because I don't think any of us are ranged either.
That's a fair assessment.
Yeah, so I think it is one of those situations where we either do just rush in or we just step towards them.
Yeah,
Uh,
I would say that your guardsmen, these, hold on, the ones that I'm going to pull back here,
mm-hmm.
these ones are kind of operationally bowmen, because
Oh, dude, okay.
you live in a keep. You have bowmen. That's what arrow slits
Okay,
are for. There's no point to have arrow slits if you don't have men trained to shoot out of them.
okay, if then can I have those five switch with us main five?
Okay.
Because I would want them on this side because then you could shoot into the big crowd
Yeah. So they're pulled
and
back.
not have to play around the tree or anything.
They're pulled back.
Yep.
Okay.
And I would have this group just, man, starting to fire seems so risky already, but that's why you have archers. So I would have them try to focus down this
Do you want
this
them
guy.
to fire immediately, or like you waiting to try and parlay with these individuals first?
I didn't come here to parlay.
Okay. So bear with me here for a second.
I don't know if anyone else did. Did anyone else did this? Someone could call me off real quick if someone else came to talk, but
No,
I
no.
was under the assumption we came to kill.
You're the boss. It's absolutely fine. However you want to do it. Totally, totally fine. So in combat, um, and again, this is from a very limited number of videos tutorial wise. Um, so just if we're getting it wrong and you're watching this, make a video about it so I can watch it and learn how to play this game. There's like literally two or three other people who've made videos. One exceptionally good, but they also don't play with the rules as precisely. They're very cool narratively. Anyway, focusing up. Um, in combat, the start of combat begins with determining everybody's position. And my brain dumb. Hold on. Thank you for being patient. Where's my book? Okay, hold on.
They're so big. How'd you lose?
Yeah, well, I think the problem is earlier today I re-downloaded some things from Drive Through RPG, and I think a lot of them were PDFs. And Adobe Acrobat has this disgusting habit of when like a new PDF like shows up on your computer, it'll just open it. So yeah, instead of saving them to my download folder, I apparently had opened every single one of them. So
Fun.
cycling through and moving to game rules. The archery test, okay, so when it comes to combat, it's mostly just kind of a understanding of action, right? So you're saying you're doing an action, and then they are being acted upon. There's really no, I don't think there's any formal way of determining order. Nor do I care to note if there is. So you're firing, you're telling them to fire at them. So what I'm going to actually have you do is make a warfare roll.
Okay. 9.
Okay.
A little shaky.
Yeah. So
My warfare's low.
you tell them to fire. I will note too. The other thing is like the total result matters obviously, but also the number of sixes that you roll matter. You may have seen like the green coloration, then like blue coloration is when you get a 6 and a 1, and then the 1 is when you get a red. So those also have things to do with the matter at hand, determining success. So there is rounds, turns, and actions, but how do you determine them? Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, there is, to my knowledge, nothing that says how you determine who goes first. Oh, right. I remember. This was a piece in their thing. Cool. So, the arrows fly, okay? And one of them strikes this guy, and he falls to the ground. It is a very kind of quick strike. Um, they look like they were ready to kind of like treat with you, but the second the arrows start firing, their side gets to take one action, and that will be the knife lady moving into cover, moving into a defensible position. So, during a turn, which it is now your people's side to take a turn, um, you will be able to engage in groups, and the groups will be led. So that's this group here, these five, and then this group here, which is another five. Rogar, you are a part of a group that includes the two knights. You are not directly commanded by Lord Loris, but you are going to follow his orders, because obviously. So what I mean by that is you've acted with your archers, and then during this sequence, your frontliners can also act, Loris. For them to engage in anything, though, you'll have to make another warfare check, and your success or failure on it will determine their success or failure in your command. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's your
I can.
group's turn. So that could be also the knights could go, because they'll go as one, or it could be that your hedge knight goes, or it could be that your ward goes. Either way works for me.
I do have javelins.
Okay. Hedge Knight then. If he's got some ranged options, that'd be pretty cool. Maybe
Is there
have
like a? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. He just threw like a whole system at me real quick, and I'm thinking of how it
You're
works.
good. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Ignore that.
So sorry. But you were going to ask, is there a...
So I want to move the front five.
Okay.
They're like the actual front line, and move them forward towards
Like
the
these.
bend.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make a warfare check, and I will determine what that'll mean for their position. Also, quick note too. When it comes to combat, squares and such are not super important. I tried to remove them from this map. It was impossible to do so because I loaded this map long ago before I used gridless. Anyway, point is there are ranges. There's close range, there's long range. That's it. Those are the two. And then if you are trying to touch somebody and hit them, then it's melee range. And then there's one other kind of indicator for melee range, which would be Tourney Lance's reach feature. I think there's like pikes as well that have reach. No, they don't. They do not. Just the lance has reach. And reach would basically mean you can kind of like almost hit close range because they're so crazy long. But for the case of hitting somebody with a weapon in melee, pretty much adjacent or within closeness, close proximity, um, we're technically in close range, so the bowmen will have no problem firing here, like they just did. They murdered that guy. But yeah, your warfare roll is bad, so they'll advance, but they're going to do so trepidatiously, and it looks as though they kind of fall out of formation a little bit with kind of the heavier armored people kind of falling forward, and you can see that their march is affecting them. That is your side's turn, so it'll go to them. And similarly, they also act in groups, but the problem is they are not a tightly, unified unit like yourselves. So ultimately, what's going to happen is you're going to go a shit ton first, and then they're going to go a shit ton last, because a lot of them are individuals. But these two here are going to make their way around, and for the purpose of the narrative, we know they're there. Okay? We all are going to see the same shit. But remember, when you are taking actions, I want you to roleplay accordingly. Please do not be like, well, I kill those motherfuckers because I know they're there. Just try and kind of understand we're building a story. We're not, you know, winning. Okay. Then that's my pass
Never
to
role played
you.
in my life.
Huh?
Nothing.
What did you say though?
I've never role played in my life.
Oh, have you not? You should try it sometime. It's pretty cool. I hear there's this really cool Red Dead Redemption like
All right,
role-playing
shut
game.
up, shut up,
Okay,
shut up.
lovebirds. I'm gonna send the group with me, then hopefully forward onto that skinnier part just to keep behind the main group.
Yeah, and
We'll branch off in a minute, but
as the leader of this, and I know you've played like 40K or whatever, so think of it this way: if you want to attach yourself to a group, you'll just basically act, and they will go with you as well and act as well. So if you're with the knights, which would discount the hedge knight, um, then you can go ahead and move up a bit. You can definitely get either in front of or behind the vanguard.
like to be here
Okay, and
and
then
here.
your knights will fall in kind.
Was I still throwing a javelin, or was that just
You
committed?
can.
It sounded like he ignored that and went to because
Okay.
you can't yet.
Oh
But
well.
well, a quick question, Lord, are you putting Derry in your group of knights, or are you pushing Derry to be an individual?
Derek can be an individual
Okay.
with the hedge knight. Not they don't have to be together, but like pairing.
So just so you understand, like they're advancing, and obviously your mindset in character is like, well, I'll follow them. but there's like this little moment where they're not like in sync, and that's basically what that's representative of. Make sense? Like
Okay.
yeah, they're working as a team, and so when they move forward, they're moving forward in tandem. So then it'll go to their side, and then their uh, next single individual will be this guy with the red beard, who's going to rush out and clash with the Vanguard. Looks like he's trying to get an attack in edgewise, and I'm rolling behind the scenes. Just in case you were expecting a dice to roll out. I know the last couple of games it's been out in the open. But yeah, he is going to hit. And this guy here is going to die. So he comes in. The guy's kind of like got his legs stuck in the mire. He runs out with a large axe, large bearded blade, and slams it into this guy's chest, laying him low. All four of the other individuals are kind of locked onto that guy as the thing to die. Okay, one of your individuals, I believe there was a javelin being tossed.
Yep. Um, that's the
Can I
hedge
move?
knight.
Can I move first,
Yeah,
or
yeah, you can move and shoot.
I guess I hit the guy in the front. He's closest now. Do I just roll javelin from
Yeah.
weapons, or do I roll from marksmanship?
You can roll javelin from weapons. Should work best. Okay. And then the javelin, it has a damage character.
6.
Yep. And double checking my notes. Okay, so this guy rushes in, slams his axe against this guy's chest. It looks as though the javelin hits this guy very sharply in the arm, but it doesn't cause him to drop. He will be still holding his weapon. All right, but he will be wounded. Um. Oh, that's too big. Okay. Cool. Focusing back in. Your team went, so my team goes. This guy here, who is the guy who, believe it was Derry who chased after the cloaked figure from town that got away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He is going to jump across the water and then jump into this boat. It looks like
Uh,
he is kind of pushing it into the water, getting ready to row away. Okay. Then it'll go to your last, which will be Mr. Derry.
Okay. Do we have like a amount of movement we can do?
So I say that you kind of just move like a distance, and if it's not like insanely like large, like 6 to 8 spaces is probably the
It's
maximum.
less because you skipped running, turning.
Yeah, probably it's probably gonna
Oh.
be closer to 6 then. But yeah, it's fine.
Okay. How far does an arrow shoot? I have a longbow. How far does it?
Yeah,
What's the
you
distance?
can hit anybody on this battlefield as long as you got a straight line of sight to them.
Okay. Because I would have seen that guy run, right?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm thinking.
You'll
That's what I'm
probably
thinking.
kind of maneuver, like kind of go this way into the reeds, and then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna ask if it was okay. Okay, so roll the attack.
Yes, please.
14.
So it will hit, and the damage on the bow is.
What do I do to roll damage?
It should have a number.
Maybe next to it.
Oh, I'm sorry. 4. It's 4.
So yeah, it catches him in the shoulder, but he seems to still kind of get the boat out of into the water and like jump into it. Okay.
All right.
And then it will go to them with all of the remainder of their actions. This guy here is going to kind of just swim out onto the lake a little bit, and it kind of looks like he is just trying to get away. This guy will move up and join the van. and so will this guy. They'll both attack this guy here, who does look kind of feminine in the face, but yeah, is a guy. Um, there, and they will swing. Missing. Both of them will be missing. Okay. Then this last guy will come out and also kind of squat up, but he can't get in or get purchase. Um, and then this guy will fire his bow. He is going to be aiming at the Lord, Loris, but because you are surrounded by knights, it will go to one of your two front knights. I'll let you choose.
The one that isn't Rogar.
Okay. It will hit against his shield and do nothing. All right. Um, then, oh yeah, this guy here will rush out this way, and he'll kind of like full on sprint like he's running straight at you, Master Derry. Okay, so that is one sequence of an initiative count. Uh, does everybody understand the pace there? Okay, not terribly hard.
Yeah.
Um, but it is your side's go. So pick one individual that you'd like to, or one group that you'd like to go.
Let's go Bowman into guy running at my buddy, man. Like,
Okay.
because no one else is gonna really stop that as quick as 5 archers.
Yeah. So at the angle, only four of them can get a shot. The one that's kind of on the southern side of it will not be able to get a shot. So instead, what he will do is he is going to reposition, um, and then those four will fire. I believe the longbow. Let me double check. Yeah, it's unwieldy, so they're not going to be able to like move around and shoot like crazy. Um,
No.
so these four are firing here. And that'll be all of them hitting. So you'll see that guy get just bombarded by arrows, just as you yell back, and he will fall to the ground dead. All right.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much everything that they've targeted, they've deleted. So
It's a good button. It's a good button to have.
not bad. Just be wary that they get. Never mind. Uh, moving along. Um, that's your side. It'll go to my side. These individuals will rush Derry through the crack in the wall and up to you. Kind of rushing out. They are holding what appear to be small swords, um, just kind of long blades, effectively long knives, um, and they will come in to stab at thee. Now this is the first person I'm attacking validly. I need to double check here. Your defense, what is it? Do you see
Um,
that?
hold please. It's 12.
Okay.
Oh wait.
Combat
Combat
defense.
defense. Five, five,
Okay.
five. Sorry.
So real quick, um, you are wearing armor or no?
Yeah, I would have.
Okay. Do you have armor on the sheet or no? Mail?
Let me see.
I think mail's written on your sheet. So it'll be a damage reduction of 5, if memory serves. Yep, rating 5, penalty 3. So you're easier to hit with mail or plate, but you're not taking damage. Um, which is why I was a bit of a surprise that this guy went down with the one axe attack.
Oh yeah, it is same mill. Okay.
Yep, because remember, if you roll sixes, you're kind of increasing your potential for damage. Um, so they are attacking you. The
Mm.
first one will hit the blade. Bear with me here. Does not get past. It does not bypass your armor with this attack. And then the second attack, it will bypass your armor. it will deal a total of 3 points of damage to you. So the first guy stabs against your mail, and you kind of like block it off. The second guy comes in and gets just underneath the armpit where the mail is weakest, and you can actually feel the blade kind of pierce into your skin a bit and touch the rib. It doesn't go through all the way. It basically like just pierced enough to kind of like enter the flesh and kind of jostle the rib a little bit.
So does that bring my health down?
Yeah, it should reduce it by 3.
Okay.
Because he succeeded, so his damage was doubled. Or sorry, he succeeded with double successes, double sixes rather. So he does double damage. Okay.
Jeez.
Then it'll go to your side.
Am I able to, like, I know you're saying within reason. Am I able to get over there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
I'd
30
send him
feet?
over in a heartbeat.
Do you want to send him over since protecting Darius seems to be wise business for you?
Yeah, get him over there.
He would kind of like couch the war lance and then charge and hop the little gap, run at him, and try to, you know,
Attack him with a weapon
yeah,
that you have. What weapon?
yeah, war lance.
Love it. Let's see it. Oh my God, Elizabeth, you're a saint, by the way, if you're watching right now. I always forget
That
about promoting myself because I'm a loser.
that looks like it hurts.
Okay, so yeah. What's the lance damage?
8.
So you kind of drop down into like a charging stance, and you see the water as simply a short obstacle to get through, and you live on the water, so it's fine, whatever. And you just basically bulldoze straight over to it and skewer this man on the lance, lifting him up into the air, and then throwing him back down to the ground. This very clearly
Yeah,
frightens his friend as you do this. Um,
great. That's what I was going. That was literally what I wanted to do.
Beautifully handled. Okay, then it'll go to their team. The wing helmed guy will basically call out for a rallying on his vanguard. Basically, he's wasting his action to create a group, so these three will now act as a group at his command. All right. Next, then, would be your team.
Uh, let's go with the knights and myself. How deep is this water?
It's very very narrow in the darker blue areas, which I would say would be like kind of here, kind of out
Yeah.
here. It's going to be kind of a bit deeper, like 8 feet deep. But like in that first kind of threshold area, you can kind of run through the muck without any problems.
Okay. If I could have, I hate saying it like this, but Rogar go first in front of me and move to here and have one knight in front of me, which is Rogar, and then the other two to go the other way around if possible.
Yeah, you can pincer. That's absolutely a valid option.
And have that happen, and then whatever combat comes of that.
So Rogar, you'll be making an attack against the red-headed gentleman, or brigand. Go ahead and make your attack.
I got a 19.
Yeah, so it's definitely a hit. What's the damage on it?
Damage on the greatsword is a 6.
Okay, so you'll come
Figured it'd be
down.
more, but
You'll come down with it and kind of hit against the leather, and you'll see that it doesn't cut all the way through, but it kind of cracks the bone underneath, and the guy definitely kind of reels from the attack, but is not dead or really disabled in any way. Okay, the other two knights will smash into this guy here. Okay, so with their long swords, they kind of pummel on this guy and are hitting against him, but he is in full armor, similar to Rogar's attire. So they're basically just slamming into him and engaging him, and kind of buffeting him with their attacks. Okay, That seems like it's all. You're not making any attacks, Lord Luris.
Nope.
Okay. Then it'll go to their van. This token will be kind of set off to the side in the dead pool. And they're basically just going to kind of wade over the corpse to kind of fill in the void and smash in. They're not attacking at diagonals. Don't concern yourself there. Going to smash into this guy though. Okay. Um, the longsword that's being wielded by the opposition does not really get purchase. It's very quickly deflected by this fighting man's shield. And then the red guy is going to go against Rogar. Um, your combat defense?
Combat defense is a 5.
Yep. And what's your damage reduction or your
Armor
armor?
rating?
Yeah.
10.
Okay. So he slams into you with the big axe, and you feel it, but the armor seems to kind of keep it all in, right? So it's like a large with the axe. So yeah. No damage to you though. He didn't roll any double sixes like he did with the first guy. Okay. Then this guy here is fighting against the two knights here, and he's just gonna hit but not do anything either. He's using a longsword as well, and they're wearing plate like you, Rogar. Okay, your team.
Okay, then now the regular Joes that were up front, my front line, to just really swing in on who's next to them.
Yeah, so these three are
Um,
basically just going to torrent on this guy right here.
yeah, and then the fourth one, the one on the diagonal that can't hit, maybe go around to the far side to fully you in the
Yeah,
one person to.
I think he's going to team up with the knights and basically pummel into here.
Oh, I meant this guy.
Oh no,
I didn't know if he could
yeah,
hit.
they can all three kind of circle and capture
Okay,
this guy.
okay.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
long as that can happen, then sweet.
Yeah. So you can attack through your allies in a diagonal, but they can't attack through enemies at a diagonal. So
Okay,
Rogar and that fighting man basically form a wall blocking against that guy. He can't just run up and assassinate the Lord.
good.
Nobody's gonna stand for that. So yeah, they're gonna go in on him. Holy fuck. Okay, so yeah, basically, it's a beautiful, like, just foray of hitting. It looks as though the blonde guy in the middle kind of goes for the legs and kind of catches that thigh area in the armor, where you can kind of see like just a massive, amount of blood and him falling to the ground. Another person comes in and like cuts his arm off at the elbow, and then the last one kind of just sweeps the blade across the neck, dropping him to the ground. Um,
He's
this guy doesn't do anything against the plate armor guy, though, unfortunately.
sad.
Okay. Then it'll go to them. Um, the boat guy is going to start rowing. The first turn of rowing doesn't go very far. Kind of half speed on that. But he's making his way out. It is your up.
Say that again.
It is your team's up.
Okay. I feel like it'll take a whole movement to get the bowmen to come forward. I'm guessing. Like they won't be able to move and fire once they reposition.
Yeah, it'll either be reposition or fire. Yeah, but
Let's reposition them as far forward as possible,
real
while
quick,
still staying.
have we
Yeah,
have we cycled? We've gone through a full cycle again.
yeah.
Okay, let me do.
No,
Let me, no.
because this guy hasn't went, and I
Oh,
don't know if the main ladies went yet
Yeah,
or not.
the enemies have to finish their out. Is what I was. Thank you, Brent. So the bow
Yeah.
guy is going to shoot again. He is actually going to be firing over the combat at the archers, and he will kill one. Damn.
Is it Eric?
Roll a d6. He is going to be 5, and if you roll a 6, you can choose. Forgot how to roll a d6 and roll 20?
Who are you asking to roll the
Anybody,
d6?
I don't care.
Oh, okay. Then I will.
You asked, so I
I was
figured you'd be
waiting.
the one. So yeah,
Oh, sorry.
it'll be this guy here. Gets hit right in the
Gotcha.
face. Okay. Then it would go lastly to the knife lady, who will jump out into the water, like jumping off this, and try and stab Loris in the back. What's your combat defense?
2 seconds. Okay. Combat defense 5.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And hitting. What is your armor rating?
Armor rating is 5.
You're in male. That should actually be a 10 if you took the. Are you wearing your dad's armor or no?
That would have been the plan.
Sorry. Then yeah, you should have a 10.
Heavy.
Yep. And so she will actually do 2 damage to you. As she jumps off the thing, she comes down with 2 knives screaming like a banshee, and she slams into you. One of the knife blades splinters on the armor and breaks, and the other knife goes right into a groove and kind of like in the upper shoulder area. So yeah, you definitely feel that kind of like lance into you quite a bit. Probably will result in a scar. But yeah, when she hits the
Great.
water, she's kind of like waist deep in it when she ultimately lands. Um, yeah, and that's it for them. So now it's your commanding. Sorry.
Okay. Well, if I have the choice, I would happily like to command Rogar to stab her.
Okay.
And
So you're gonna
the
go for the knights as command, and you're a part of that, so you can also take an action here.
yeah,
The knights will continue to fuss with the armor knight here. Rogar, you'll be turning your back to the red-headed guy if you do switch up. That doesn't really
Yeah.
do much other than give a bonus dice. She's also
Yeah.
floating in the water, so you have a bonus of dice to attack her, though.
Yeah. So I'm assuming I can just switch weapons if I have it on me.
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Then Rogar would just like put his greatsword down and pull out his war lance.
Oh,
And
apologies. No. Sorry. There is no chance you're carrying a war lance on your back. Now, if you came into the battlefield and were using the war lance to start, yes. But there is no
okay.
shot you are carrying a war lance on your back. Sorry.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Because it has the two-handed property, and I can use two-handed weapons where with one hand because of my
No,
endurance
I
thing. That's
understand.
why I was.
Yeah, I understand. It is simply a metric of like fighting competently in like a bit more of a realistic setting with a massive beam on your back. Like, not likely. Now you probably have your war lance somewhere nearby, but since you didn't engage with it initially, I assume you don't have it close.
Gotcha. Okay. Then in that case, I will swing at her with the greatsword. You said I get a bonus dice. How do I add that?
So you'll roll. There's no property for you to add a bonus
But
dice on it.
no. So do I just roll it and then roll a d6 after?
Yes, please.
Okay.
No sixes.
No.
Okay. So then her combat defense is 12. So that will hit only just. So then go ahead and tell me the damage.
6.
She'll take 1. She appears to be wearing mail herself. Okay.
can I swing against her?
Yeah.
Oh man, Jesus.
Okay.
You get a bonus dice.
You do
It's
get a
probably not
bonus
going to
dice.
help, but you could get a 6.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Okay.
5.
So that's 11. So that will be a failure, but it'll also be a fumbling here because of the. Well, no, it's not 2 ones. You're good. You're good. It's just a single one.
Oh, thank God.
So that just means it terminally misses. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So then the knights on the other side are hitting this guy, and they do seem to damage him a bit here, but it doesn't look like they're damaging him a lot. They both roll double sixes, so they dealt like 4 damage to him total. Cool. Then it'll go to their team, which will be the Winged Knights team. And they will slam against you. The plate guy is going to fight the plate guys. Nothing. Damage isn't strong enough. The red-headed guy is going to attack Rogar in the back with a bonus dice. And the axe, that does 8 damage. Ugh. Hold on. Okay, so that'll hit and it will double over. So your armor's 10. He's going to be doing a total of 16 damage. So mitigated by your armor rating, that'll bring it down to a 6. He slams the axe right in between your pauldrons, like right in the back, right above where the plate is, and you can feel it kind of bite into the back of your spine and neck. It hurts like hell, and you kind of tumble forward a little bit, kind of splashing your foot into the water. Um, the Hawk Knight will move in, and he's going to attack him. I'm just going to go ahead and, yeah, she's absolutely deleted. He walks over, kind of swings very wildly, cuts right across the top of her gorget, or his gorget, and cuts his head, like, not off at the neck, but kind of like off at the jaw.
God damn.
It's vicious shit. We're fighting with swords. Okay. Then it'll go back to your team.
Okay, man, I feel like
And now that he's a bit
how many
closer to you,
how many of
Rogan,
the bowmen can hit the woman?
so she's engaged, so they can't actually shoot at her safely. Like, yeah, because
Okay.
she's engaged. Um,
Well, then I'd have them try to shoot the guy that's been picking them off.
okay. Yeah, they obliterate him.
They have been a good sentry. Um, and John, please don't let me forget next turn to let our hedge knight and our other lord go.
Yeah. So, well, the next person that was going, very funny. We both kind of looked down and recognized that that was an element we needed to pay attention to at the same time. That's tactics for you. But the kind of like hillman type is going to swing at Lord Derry again, and that's really depressing. That's really depressing. I rolled 4d6s and I didn't hit a 5. Um, yeah. The spike with the lance happens. That guy gets thrown to the side. This guy's scared as all hell. He brings his blade to bear against Keegan, and Keegan, you kind of raise your weapon in defense and catch his blade right at where, like, just above the hilt, right at the blade, and the pig iron that his weapon seems to be made out of is just weakest at that point. So as you kind of flick the blade up, it cuts the sword clean off. So it's now just a handle in his hand, and he kind of looks at you with like absolute despair, and he will turn his back on both of you and start to run away,
That okay.
which gives you another charging opportunity for your war lance. um,
Well,
well, but it's up to Lord Goodman to decide who goes next.
Uh, Can I pick both of them? Can they just be a unit?
Well, you already acted, so you can't form them as a unit, unfortunately. So just like,
Hedge Knight,
yeah,
if you think you can run him down and just kill him,
based on
I would have
historical evidence, I think that's what's going to happen.
then I would go with the Hedge Knight to murder him. A hopeful murder.
Okay, so again, as an individual character, not in a unit, you don't have to follow that action if you had something different planned, but it does sound like sound logic. What do you want to do, John?
that's guess he'll look over and just be like, just one dead, and then he'll just run and
Impale.
hop and impale, yeah, in the back.
Let's see it.
Yeah, 22 to.
It's literally exactly what happened last time, dude. Yeah, that guy's very dead. You lift him up into the air and throw him down to the ground. Lord Derry, like seeing the Hedge Knight operate in this fashion is absolutely just like the most visceral things you've ever seen in your entire life. Like the man went up on the pole and almost went halfway down it, and then he just shirked him down off of it like he was shunting a piece of steak off of a skewer. Like absolutely vicious. And then like a fisherman with his his pike just right into the next guy. Um, Cool. It'll go to the opposite side. The boat will continue on, and it'll actually get good clip, and will be kind of a pretty good distance away. Long range shots can still hit him, but anything else is off board. You have acted with everybody except for Derry. So Derry, you're up. Keegan.
Yeah, I was about to say that's all you, Keegan. That is all you.
What the guy in the boat?
Oh no, no, no! Like, oh, you can try. That'd be really cool if that happened. Um,
He's pretty far. Um. Um. I see there's enough people right there for the lady. I'm gonna try to get some distance to shoot the guy in the boat again.
Okay. Yeah, you got a pretty good shot right where you're at, so you take it. Go ahead and make
You
a.
sh- you sure I don't need to get closer?
No,
No?
no, no, no. It's long
Okay,
range for a
alright.
bow. You could literally hit people in the God's Eye.
A 9.
Yeah, so you fire a shot off and it kind of hits the boat, but not the guy. You see him kind of like, look in your direction, but you can't really make out his eyes. It's just the hood still. You haven't even seen his full face. And you're just like, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You probably have another two more shots in if we're kind of keeping the sequence. If you stay locked onto that target before he kind of gets around the hedge or around the ridge there, around the coast, and trees start to become a problem.
Should I move to get,
Moving
like,
won't change that
distance?
because he's going to be moving at a decent enough clip on the water that like he's going to get around the trees, and you'd have to like fly out onto the water to be able to see him. You know what I mean?
Okay, alright.
Yeah. Then it'll go to. They have no more movements either. Oh no, yeah they do. This guy fucking continues just leaving. I don't think anybody recognizes that this guy's gone. I would say narratively, like his existence is probably not known.
he was
Um,
like in a building when we started, so
yeah,
I just assumed we didn't see him.
you heard a splash. The archers see a guy kind of like swimming off that way. If they don't get a command from the Lord this round, they'll probably shoot at him. But yeah, its sequence concluded, so it'll go back to your side of it.
Okay, well, to the knights again. Let's just keep hacking, is what I would be hoping for, because if this woman gets another turn on me, I am dead.
Mhm.
Um, Rogar will see fit I live. Um,
Jesus Christ. Is that against the lady or the red guy?
Yeah, the lady.
Okay. So you kind of bring your blade down to bear and hit against her. It does look like she is wounded by the attack, but not like grievously. Basically, it's like a nice cut to the shoulder as she's kind of standing up from the bog and kind of drops her down into the water a bit onto her knee, and a bit of blood kind of trickles from her cloak. She's wearing mail underneath, so you can kind of hear the telltale popping of the links as you kind of slam into it. Okay, then it'll go to her.
I'll,
She.
The
do
other
I
two
not take
knights
my roll against her
and
Oh,
too?
knights, knights, go, knights. Um,
It's not good. It's not good.
no, it isn't.
roll your bonus dice.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I can roll another one. You're right. B. It's
That's
another
another
11.
11.
That would be really funny because the image that I use for score is from a game called Anachronism, and it's supposed to be the sword that's given to Arthur by the Lady of the Lake. It'd be really interesting if it was cast into a lake.
No, don't say that.
It would have been funny. They will actually get through this guy's armor finally and do enough damage to kill him. Like that was an insane amount of good rolling, and they are going to move up through him after concluding him and kind of take a flanking position with Rogar. Rogar, you bring the blade you already cut down, and then Lord Luris, you're new at this. The sword feels weird in your hands. Okay, then it'll go to their team. The guy in red is going to attack Rogar in the back again. It will not get through the armor. The helmed knight here is going to kind of see that the red-haired man is attacking Rogar and dealing with that. He's going to turn his attention to another one of the guards. And yeah, he's going to dispatch him as well. Rogar, when you see this man kind of cut the head off the first person and then come about and like bury the sword right in the guy's forehead, as he extracts the blade away, his helmet seems to be less like bird wings. As you're looking at it, they appear to be more like bat wings on the helmet, which I don't know if you would be somebody who's invested in heraldry. I mean, you are a knight, but I don't know if you studied when you came into the keep. Do you have knowledge at
Uh,
sufficiently good rank? I think you have a two, right?
I have a 2,
Go ahead and make a knowledge roll.
a 4.
Okay. Yeah, you have no idea what the bat helmet might mean. In fact,
Doesn't matter. We're taking it back with us anyway.
you're not even thinking about it. Unless he kills every single one of you, and that's the end of the game. Probably not. Okay, that is their team. Goes to your side. Everybody but
Okay.
the knights on your side are available at current.
I would like. I would like the hedge knight to make his way over to the main group.
Yeah. I would say because of the positioning here, we won't be able to get a lancing trick. Actually, I'll give it to you on the Batwing Knight.
That's what I was gonna go for.
Yeah, I like that.
Like a jump and spear down type of thing.
I think you just fucking rhinoceros run straight through the water. I don't think you give a fuck about jumping.
Oh, I'm okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Because you're a guy who kind of like walks out on the shore, moonlight fishes, that kind of stuff. So you're used to kind of like,
Well, he was also a Ironborn Marine
yeah,
too, so he just
100%.
runs through water.
Running up the coast is your thing. So yeah, absolutely running through a little, creek is going to be no problem. Go ahead and give me that attack.
Why?
Okay, you didn't roll double one, so it's going to hit, but it's going to
Right.
do half damage. So what is the damage rating on it again? 8?
8.
So it basically hits against his plate armor and just deflects off of like the emblazoned shield, like the kind of shield that's on the armor thing there. Doesn't look like he has any heraldry or anything. It's mostly just black colored armor, but it does look like there's little flecks of yellow paint on that crest shield. Um, Plunk. Okay. Then it will go to their team. Acted. Acted. Hasn't acted. So she is going to get up, and she's going to go for the Lord once again with the knife.
And just to
Lord
be sure,
about
there's
to die.
nothing I can do to try to like block that or anything, is
If
there?
if during your turn you're saying that you're protecting the Lord, then that's fine. There are some
Okay.
actions that are kind of not hit with sword to take into account, and like dodge is an option, which allows you to roll your combat defense instead. Um, or yeah, you can impede yourself, which I think the action is called. I can't remember what the name of the action is, but yeah, it is a thing that you can do.
Okay.
Cool. Um, so,
Let's see John kill a kid.
so I dealt 8 points of damage to your 10 armor, so it won't actually do anything. And she's going to see that the knife isn't really working, um, and kind of get like, you know, a bit more like focused on you and your person, and she's gonna move away to kind of create a gap between her and the swordsman that you have employed that
Wait,
hit her.
is it my turn now? Can I
Um,
shoot her with all those archers?
Technically, she's still engaged because she's
I'll
adjacent to
take
you.
the risk. I'm gonna die to her if she gets another turn. I would happily. I
Well,
don't think you understand me.
yeah. If she gets another hit in, for sure. I would say that it is more likely that instead of shooting at her in the current environment, that they would run out with sword knife or with short swords and attack. If you call for them to attack her, they'll basically just do this. Is that what you want?
Yeah,
They're not as good with them, but yeah, they're definitely going to run in and attack instead. Let's see what they get.
I wanted to turn her into a pincushion.
Yeah, but they would have turned you and the guy next to you into pincushions as well, methinks.
I mean, they're so close. You said they were good archers. That's like,
They're
what, 20 feet?
they're good for sure, but like yeah, if you miss and there's a person right behind a person, you know what happens? The person
I'm
right
hunted with
behind.
a bow.
It also misses them.
Oh, is that how it goes? Yeah, because they're right behind them. It's like a complete eclipse of the person, right? Like it's like it's like that one game show where like they have the cardboard or they have the cutouts, and you have to just kind of like stand still so that it goes past you. Except it's arrows. Um, and you've seen that
Next time
show.
I volunteered Travis for Robin Hood, so I can do this.
Fair. Um, they not a single one of them will hit her. As they
Yeah,
run
that
out.
was my fear. Yeah.
Yeah. And based on the rolls, I don't think they would have done it if they were shooting at her. So
Okay.
just as a heads up, she has a combat defense of 12, so she's very nimble in her mail. Then it'll go to their team, which they do not have anything left besides the boat, which is going to continue off. Then it's your team, and you don't have anything left besides Keegan. So
Yep.
Keegan, this is your first of two more shots. So go ahead and take the shot if you want to, or if you'd like to change your tactic and go for something else, more than welcome to do that as well.
Our Vanguard
Which
hasn't acted actually.
Who has it?
Our Vanguard.
Oh right, yeah. Sorry, Vanguard. Do you want to do Van first, or do you want to do Keegan first? It doesn't matter. You have more. You're gonna. They're
Do
both.
Keegan first.
Yeah. What do you want to do, Kimmy?
originally I was gonna, before the Bowman moved in, I was gonna go for her, but like now that she's surrounded by them, um,
Shoot the boat
Chris,
guy.
shoot the boat guy. Are you sure?
Yeah, fuck him.
Him, and not her.
You can't.
Okay,
You can't
all
shoot
right.
her. She's surrounded.
Oh, I
So
can't.
yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Unfortunately,
And
it's a
I
little
can't.
more realistic than Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, she's basically like engaged in melee. So if you fire into it, you could kill somebody.
Right, and then she's overly surrounded. Like I would have to go all the way around.
Yeah, to get into
Right?
blade range, correct?
Yeah. Okay.
And you'd have to go in deep 8-foot water, as John described it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll shoot him again then. 10.
Unfortunate. No double ones, so yeah, just another slam. It doesn't even hit the boat though. It's like a water like right nearby it. You got one more
Okay.
shot at this, if that's what we end up doing. Cycle back around. You are
The
on
knight or the Vanguard.
the Vanguard.
We
Thank
got to
you,
do our
sir.
Vanguard first.
Vanguard.
And
Go ahead.
if I can take a suggestion, or if I can give a suggestion, I know
Yes,
we're in like
please.
a combat thing. Realistically, using strats of what we've learned we can do, I would have this guy move up here, and then this guy move over here. That way, on our turn, when the knights go, you can move here, and I can move in here, so that you'll have double protection in case the red guy shows up, and protection from her,
So
more so, for
here,
diagonal.
and then
Yeah, that way
here.
on... no, this guy's going to go around here,
Oh, okay.
and that way on our next turn, the knights, he can move here, and I
Perfect.
can move into his spot.
Got it. That's
I
that
like
makes sense.
I like that.
So yeah, Rogar kind of starts barking orders in lieu and preparing to defend the Lord. This actually causes the Knife Lady to panic a bit, like she's going to lose her chance. But these two move up, and they will attack against the Bat Knight. They both hit, but they don't get through the plate armor with their long swords. Unfortunate. Then it'll go to. Sorry, that was. It goes back to you at the top. So who's first? The knights.
Yep, knights, and I'm gonna do what Rogar said, or I will have him happily shove me back and move forward. Oh god, I rotated my token. How do you even do that? What?
Now, if I did my math right, that means she shouldn't be able to target the Lord diagonally.
You're 100%
Yeah.
correct.
Perfect. So I
And
don't have
yeah,
to take the protect action. I can just attack her.
he found a way to keep swinging.
We love you paying attention to the system. That's super great.
Huh?
This guy's gonna fight against the red guy who would have jumped behind Rogar and slammed him in the back again. But will
So
actually.
I got 2 6s and a 1
Why?
on my 15.
Oh, you guys have to attack. Sorry,
Yeah.
Yep.
and I'm attacking with the knights on the other side too. So 2 6s and a 1. So that means that we are going to offset, and it'll just be regular damage. So it's 6 damage for you, right?
Yep.
1 damage in, and
And me.
yeah, and I was sorry. I was doing
Oh
the
my.
attacking the red guy with the big axe, and he's dead now. The
I'm very happy to hear that.
the two knights kind of turn towards the lesser armored individual and just butcher him. And they seem to kind of be like focused in on the plate guy, um, and are kind of trying to ward off the watchman so that he doesn't kind of cut into the weaker targets. That is it for the knights, I think. Unless, did you swing, champ? You did.
I did.
Yep.
I got an 11.
You missed by 1.
So we don't get another
Oh,
bonus.
I don't get bonus die anymore. Yeah, you're right.
No,
I thought she got out of the water enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Then it'll go to their side. She's so mad, bro. Looking at the targets available to her, the press that you have, it's a very good tactic, but it does have one weakness, and it's this fucking guy, who's not wearing very much armor, leathers. Um, he dies.
Hey, she has to take at least 1 turn to kill him, and then I can take the protect turn the next one.
Listen, he dies doing what he enjoys, protecting his lord. But yeah, she rushes up to him and kind of grabs a hold of his like short blade, pulls it past her, and then brings the knife straight across his throat. And she's looking at Luris the whole time. And as you watch this man's life leaving him, she just throws him back to the ground. And Rogar's like kind of moving, trying to like hold her back. Okay. Then your team goes.
Hedge Knight in front of Knife Lady. Kill her, please.
Hedge Knight, or you want the Hedge Knight to come kill the lady?
Yeah, if he can, that dead body we've already discussed, we can walk on him. So
Yeah.
I want him
Yeah.
to go on top of him if possible.
Okay, so he's keying up the Hedge Knight's turn. You did just hit this guy and didn't kill him, and he is killing everybody else. So you're an independent character. You do not have to follow his orders. How would you like to operate?
How much honor do you want, John?
He's a Hedge Knight. What do you want to do? You would keep attacking the guy, because with the lance you're not going to be able to get an attack in on this guy unless you back up and then move back, which is really wonky and weird and not realistic. So you'd have to drop the war lance and like draw the next weapon.
Well, I guess she wouldn't expect it, so I can.
Move around and attack her with the lance.
and then run around. And
Yeah, I like that.
she's in still water, right?
Yeah.
Or she's in like.
You don't get any
Yeah, you
benefits because
about to.
she's not deep enough, but yeah, she is in water.
She about to be deep enough.
Yeah, that'll hit. The lance is doing how much again?
8.
So you skewer her, and she kind of like lifts up, but you see her kind of like on the tip and not sliding down it like the others. Like it didn't go through like a middle portion. It kind of like hit the side, and maybe her mail. And you see her kind of wrench the side, a bunch of ringlets flying off of her side, a large gash of blood on her like hip, and kind of like a side abdominal. And she lands back in the water with a splash and kind of spins the knife into an ice pick grip, looking up at you. Okay.
Can he says, "Give it up, you bitch."
Yeah, you can absolutely. Docking is a free action. Um, okay. Then it'll go to their team. The Bat Helm Knight will attack this guy here. Um, as you're kind of oscillating your eyes around the field, Loris, this is your first combat, but you know to be attentive and paying attention. You kind of turn and look at the fighting man to your side, and just as you do, his blonde hair shoots out the back a bit, and you see a large blade come through. And as he's being kind of dropped backwards, you can see that the man stabbed right through his mouth and through the back of his head, and then pulled the blade, and it's like kicking him off to the side as he's killing him, and kind of walking over to look at you. Your team's up. You have one fighting man remaining. You have Master Derry, and I believe that is the archers. Chandler. Oh, he's muted. I don't know if he knows he's muted. He might be busy with life. Hold on. Oh, that's right.
He's making pudding.
He's making pudding. It's a time-honored tradition here on the Tuesday game. For those who are watching and are not sure what that means, it means taking a shit. Or legitimately eating pudding, as a lot of people in here believed for the longest time when I would make that joke about John. People actually thought you were eating pudding, my guy.
That's very surprising.
That's very weird.
I still wanna believe it, okay? I still wanna believe it.
But Keegan, do you want to keep shooting distance? You want to come into the fray and most likely die like I am, or
Who's left on the other side?
It is the knife lady, the bat-winged knight, and the guy on the
your long
boat
shot?
who you have one shot left against.
Yeah, I've missed twice. This is bull. Can I make it here?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't hit diagonally,
No,
right?
you can because
You
there's no
you can.
enemy like interceding. The reason why that I couldn't attack, if you look at this situation here, him and him are standing adjacent and are forming a wall diagonally that basically interposes themselves from block or from her attacking. But because you don't have a similar problem, there's no enemy like here and here. You're fine because your ally's not going to be like, no, you can't attack him. Chill. No, I think he's more than happy you're running up and helping.
Okay, okay. Alright. Can I
Especially since you might die instead of him.
can I step into
Yeah,
the space right here? Okay, okay. I didn't know
absolutely.
if I had movement. Alright, let's try. 12.
Oh, that hits. And just the one. Okay. So, that's another thing too. You can see how it kind of mitigates out the one on there.
Yeah.
Yep. So then, damage on the longsword or long.
4.
Yeah, you kind of rake the blade across the armor. It doesn't seem to do anything at all. He's wearing a very heavy set armor.
Mm.
All right. Um,
Archers.
archers. I'm assuming that it's going to be these two against her, and him against the helm.
Does
Um,
that still allow me to exit?
yeah, you can move between your
Okay.
guys.
Okay, just as long as that's okay, then yes, he moves up there and just swings his little heart away.
Yeah. Um, Another archer to die for his lord. Yeah, similarly, the short sword isn't going to do anything against this guy either. And then these two will attack her, and they don't hit. Okay, back to the top.
Hey, knights, I am going to step out, so you guys do you.
And dodge actioning, probably smart.
Yeah, I would dodge action.
And basically, all that means is when it comes to you getting attacked, you're going to be rolling agility, I believe,
Okay.
instead of your combat defense base.
18 to hit, double sixes on her.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, how do you want it?
Yeah, so like when she lifts her sword up to look at Hector, I want my great sword to just come down, taking both arms off.
Okay. She will kind of like cry out in agony as like arms are cut off at the biceps, and she'll kind of fall back into the water. Her like stubs kind of splayed out to the side, and as she hits the water, there's this very kind of like ominous appearance as her blood starts to go out into the water like wings. She almost looks like a dragon in the water. You'd also see in the light as the hood has fallen back, her eyes are kind of a pale purple in color, and her hair is a stark white. Not too dissimilar
Oh
to your
no.
Godsworn.
Well,
We'll deal with that later.
yeah,
That's a future me problem. That's not a me problem. Um,
exactly.
okay, so that would be the knights going.
The other two were to move up and attack him.
Yeah. Okay, so one of them will actually get a hit in and do a little bit of damage, which will be kind of like at the back of the leg as he was focused on the Lord. And he'll kind of like stumble forward a little bit. Since he's the next activation, he will throw his sword down onto the ground, and he says, "By noble right, I yield," and he'll drop to a knee.
Oh, I was gonna skewer him.
We're out of combat, so if you do wish to like kill him, that is just going to be a narrative beat. We do not need to roll dice for it. So if you wish to skewer him right at this moment, if that's what your character would do, if you feel like in the heat of the fight, even if he was trying to concede in noble edict, you would still kill him. That's your call. Then you'll have to deal with the repercussions, and I don't have to, so it's fine.
Keep him alive as a gift to the other guy, to the guy who is supposed to be helping us with this, who's in the tunnels, and I kind of wish was up here.
How about I was turning around and I was about to skewer him and I just poke him in the chest a little bit.
Yeah. Well, again, you're not that close when you do it. Like, I think you don't understand. Like, because you've killed them all. Like, I think you've kind of pushed past a couple people. But when you push through them, you're actually hitting them from like right there and then moving up through them. So you're putting a good like 5 to 8 feet of lance through a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. So you're probably poking them from there.
All
um,
right.
and again, the archers, the remaining guards. They did sweep through your people pretty cleanly when you look at the numbers. Um, but does anybody have anything they want to do in the immediate aftermath? If not, we're going to go to the conversation between this guy and whoever wants to talk to him.
Just grab her
I don't
body
have
and pull it
anything
on shore.
immediate.
Okay. Of the knife
That
lady?
way. Yeah, I grab her body and pull it on shore.
Hmm.
That way we can have proof that we did in fact kill her, and
Yeah.
that may have repercussions in the future because of, things, but it's fine.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, sorry. I don't want you guys. You're the ones that are staying. The other ones are kind of moving off to the side. Your knights will stay close to you, though, as you look to this individual. He is wearing a bat helmed wing. It looks like his oh god, what's the shield that goes on the pauldron for tilting? Tilting shield? His tilting shield does look like it has like flecks of yellow paint that are kind of remnant, like it's been cleared of whatever heraldry was present. If you'd like, you can go ahead and make a history roll, Luris.
To it. There is no history roll.
Knowledge.
Is
Sorry.
it house went
Knowledge.
out of character?
That's a fair assumption.
12.
That's a fair assumption. But what you'll actually notice, Loris, like you'll see Rogar kind of go, "Is this house went?" And as he's saying that, you'll notice that there's a bit of white painted flecks on the bottom, and based on the patterning, it looks like it is a field cross sinister that is indicative of House Walston, which is an extinct house that existed before House Went, ruled Harrenhal, and your mother is a Lawston.
Okay.
But she is no longer a Lawston. She was a Lawston. You'd also know that the reason that they came out of favor is because of witchcraft, basically sorcery. Um, the belief was that the women of House Lawson could turn into massive giant bats and would fly out into the fields and steal peasants and eat them, bloody and all, like
Vampires.
drink their blood. Yeah, very much that. It is kind of widely the belief too that the Danelle Austin, the lady of Harrenhal, that was the head of it when uh, it became defunct, would bathe in the blood of uh, others and feast over human flesh, preside over feasts of human flesh for her servants and subjects.
Fun.
So fun.
Very whimsical.
But yeah, that was decades ago, or a couple decades ago.
Okay. Well, I say we. Man, I don't love bringing people back. But yeah, let's
Well,
bring them back with us.
real quick, it is your right to kill him. It is also his right to ask you not to. If you feel chivalric, like if you feel like there's an honorific code, it's kind of a do unto others kind of situation. If you would want someone to yield in killing you, the gods would look upon it favorably if you did likewise to someone else when asked. However, there is nothing holding you to any of that because the godsworn's over there.
Because the
Has anybody
cops was
has
over.
anybody taken off his helmet yet?
Yeah, nobody has taken off his helmet yet.
I'm gonna take his helmet off.
You kind of just flick it off with the warp, or do you just walk over and grab it?
Yeah, with the warglaive, that'd be funny.
Yeah, the warp.
Or yeah,
Yeah, the warp. Yeah, flip it off his
and
head.
I throw it over to the water.
You kind of like manage to hold it and toss it over to the water, and it hits, and it sinks like a rock. Looked like it was a heavy steel helmet, wrought so that it was kind of like blackened by the working, not so much painted. He'll look at you. His face is kind of very dirty, but like from where the helmet was taken away, very clean. So there's a very kind of strange like distinction
Patterning.
with almost kind of
Yeah.
He's been wearing that for a bit.
like raccoon like eyes. Yeah, he's been wearing it for a while, and his facial features and just kind of like entire look is not too dissimilar from Loris. Like he looks like an older version of Loris.
Great. I would tell him to stand up and that he can come with us if he's coming peacefully.
I am your prisoner.
And then yeah, I would try to find, if possible, the entrance to the tunnels.
Okay.
that we
Well,
know about that are over?
inside the tower, there are a couple of carts and stuff. It does look like they kind of wielded it, so that it's very hard to find. But they're basically present. And what you'll notice is the tunnels are kind of not the greatest. So what you'll see is that when you kind of go into them, they're about a 10-foot descent. There is kind of like a very kind of large amount of water on the ground, probably about 3 feet deep. And in what looks to be like a lower area where the tunnel kind of winds down in a southern direction, it looks like it actually fills out the tunnel to that a point where only the head would be able to fit between the ceiling and the water.
Okay. So they're not usable, really.
Unless you're swimming, yeah.
Okay, never mind then. Um, then yeah, I would try to go back and tell the other lord about the victory.
Okay.
Of course, we would have to arrange to get all the bodies, at least all of our guys. Take what we can. Take
Have him
any.
perform the rites real fast on the ones
Yeah,
that did die.
that's why we have him here. This is his 7 minute speech time. He has a bunch of people to do it for.
All right, Travis, you got 7 minutes.
Oh, I don't know if I can do 7 minutes, man. It's just something basic here.
Yada yada yada. The warrior, the father. Some shit. Blah blah blah. But no, if you do have something you want to do narratively, they would bring you to the battlefield to kind of perform rites, and kind of acknowledge the dead here.
I'll just go over to the dead bodies and uh, you said the stranger isn't prayed to very much, right? It's just kind of less
No,
known, or
it wouldn't be praying to the stranger. It would be
yeah.
basically kind of acknowledging the stranger more when you pray to someone else. Because they're all the same God, remember?
Yeah, I think I'll stick with the warrior and the father. Might be the simplest ones.
Okay. They fought well here.
Uh, yeah. Let's say the warrior. Let's see, it's over here. Spirit. Yeah, right. Uh, so the warrior smiles upon these brave souls. May the Father judge them
Okay.
in their rest. Yeah.
You gather up the bodies that are yours, and do your best to kind of like you maneuver them. What you'll notice is that the easiest pathing for you to do so would be to just load them up on the boat and just follow the coast back to town. And yeah, when you kind of get back to the chapel there with the corpses, the other Godsworn present there, the town's Godsworn, is more than happy to take the dead, and like perform rites. For the most part, in Andal tradition, it is typically burning, if memory serves correctly. Um, and I don't think that anybody in this town would be different except for the house's kind of own weirdnesses regarding their crypt. So, if there are any members of the group that died that you feel were noteworthy um, to receive a name, probably not. Um, so they will be dealt with in full at the sept in the town proper. The way back, a bit damp. There's mud in your boots, so like it's a bit of a slog, and you're tired from the fighting. You're tired from the praying, and you'd eventually make it back to the keep in the latter portion of the afternoon with your prisoner. The two anointed knights will see that he is locked away. If you do not want to deal with him now, if you do wish to deal with him now, then we can do that.
I don't.
Okay, so they lock his ass away, and
Yep.
that's a future you problem.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Uh, we did bring back the Blade Lady's corpse as well,
Yeah, armless and
just
all.
armless and all. But as we get back, I would like to see the Maester because I did take a pretty big hit.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
You
I,
see first. You go first,
I
but
think everybody
after you're
got
done.
hit pretty much, except for
I didn't.
yeah, except for him.
Sir Lancelot over there was pretty good at what he did.
He did lance a lot.
Indeed.
Okay. So I'm going to say that with I need to find the wounds. There's a wounds chart. So I would say that it's 1 for 1. So however many points of damage you took, that's actually wounds. Um, yeah, clearing them out is key to ensuring you don't get plague or sickness. So then the maester will see you all in turn. Um, when he will treat the Lord first. And when he does treat the Lord, he will ask, "Who was that with you when you came back?" The prisoner.
He was a well combated knight on the battlefield.
Did you get his name?
Not the first thing that was on my mind. Sorry about that, but he is locked away.
He says that while he's looking over your wound, I can understand. This is quite grievous. Uh, it went through the mail, and it seems to have put a couple of links into the wound itself. He says as he kind of holds out a piece of um, like birch and puts it against your lips. Bite down on this.
Okay,
And as you bite down
I
on it,
would.
he would take a slender needle and fish out 2 rings of chain from your arm. And I assume you understand that that's not a pleasant experience.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. And you can hear the kind of clink as they kind of get dropped into a small little dish. And he then takes the process to kind of suture up your wound, and then put a decent amount of kind of bandaging around the arm and wrap it. And he looks at you and he says, "It's a lot worse feeling, I'm sure, now than it will be in a couple of days. It'll definitely cause some lingering pain and may very well leave a scar, but I've definitely seen worse wounds, um, and people survive them. You should be all right."
That is good to know.
He'll
Um,
go ahead.
oh no, I wasn't gonna say anything. Sorry, I was
Okay.
just
When he meets with Rogar, basically he has you sit on a chair facing opposite what would you would anticipate from sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
And he would tell you to hold on to the chair as he kind of pulls the plate off of your back where it hit, to kind of axe strokes, kind of forming like a pause button, like or a peace sign, like on the top back. He was definitely aiming
Mhm.
for your spine, and he will he'll utilize some burning here, to kind of help with the dead flesh and the plague here. The occurrence that plague might like stricken you, um,
Yeah.
but or sorry, disease might stricken you. But he is going to spend a bit more time with you in this process, as the wounds I think are the most grievous. He'll say you'll need to sleep on your back from here on for a bit, probably about a month's time before this all clears away.
Very
Um,
well.
and take it easy with your training as well. Perhaps be a bit more instructive in teaching the young ones. Point here to there, as I do. You'll learn much.
I shall try that.
um, Derry got hit by a short blade, right? In the side, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Up by the rib.
Oh, it was up by the rib, right, right, in the right underneath. And he'll look at you and say, "Your bones must be made of iron. That's not normally a wound that people survive from. If they can get past your mail in that area, it can lead to a very horrifically painful death. Quite fortunate, Keegan. And kind of pulling the mail away from you. It doesn't look like any mail portions were pushed into it. More or less, a lot of them were just kind of broken by the piercing of the blade. Um, and the worst pain of this whole aspect is the rib part, because I said it kind of hit against it and kind of offset it. What I mean by that is it kind of like toggled it a little bit inside of its cartilage setting. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, like, as he's kind of repairing that and using effectively that same needle he was using on the ring to try and pull it back into place, you can just feel it like tugging at your chest and at your like innards, and it's probably the worst pain that you've felt in your entire life. Um, he'll say to you once he's kind of got it done and sutured, um, also very fortunate. The seven definitely shone on you lot today. Um, just try not to lay on that side of your body if you can avoid it. And if you do mean to lay on that side of it, just put a heavy pillow down underneath that side of you. But expect that pillow to be ruined in the morning.
All right. Thank you.
Of course. He'll look over some of the others, and then he'll kind of go to the hedge knight. I assume you do not need my care?
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Of course. Are you staying again in the keep this evening? Or will you be staying with us as our numbers have dwindled in our defenses, perhaps
I
aiding us in that?
I might as well.
I appreciate it. You will be fed and you will be warm. That is all I can promise you at this time. And he'll
Better than nothing.
go about his business. You will notice, Hedge Knight, as everybody else is kind of doing all of this, the Godsworn is kind of, you know, probably going right back to the church. Is that fair to say, Travis?
Yeah, yeah, I would say I wished.
Yeah. You would see that inside of that uh, chapel, um, Loris's mom is present. Mira Goodman is present.
I see this.
Yeah, you do. So I'm basically giving you and Travis the opportunity to engage with her if you wish to, or you can, you know, talk to others in the keep. The others that are available to talk to would be Garment Fisher, the blacksmith. He's still here. And
Oh, am I still over? Am I over here?
no, don't worry about positioning. You're inside of the keep, courtyard if you want to be, or inside of the keep, wherever you want. But
Oh, okay.
you'd basically have seen Mira Goodman inside of the chapel at some point, possibly when the major or the maester treated with you just now when he was kind of passing you by, seeing if you were wounded or not.
I'd go in and talk to her, I
Okay.
guess.
And the Godsworn would also be there. So
Yeah.
she appears to be kind of in her prayers, and when you come in, um, uh, Hector, you would see her kind of look over at you, stand up, kind of politely dust off her dress, and kind of walk over to you. My son, he was wounded. The maester told me.
Yes.
So is he faring well, or?
Yeah, he's doing fine. It was superficial. He have a scar too, but
All right.
does need to remember he's a target.
Of course. And the knife lady, is she dead?
Oh, she's dead. Very dead.
Good.
Got another one like her he's wearing a bat helmet down the cells.
I'm
Both
sorry.
had silver hair.
He didn't have silver hair. Sorry.
Oh, I thought you said he did. Okay,
No,
never
no,
mind.
no. She had silver hair and purple eyes.
Right.
He had like his face was clean, and his hair is kind of like a dark color black.
Okay, you said it was like somebody, so I assumed. I
Sorry.
must. Yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty close to each other explanation wise. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then a fellow with a bat helmet.
Huh.
Odd.
The only individuals who I would know who would be wearing such a helmet are long since dead. Bear with me here. I'm having issues.
Ah, shit. You don't.
That was really weird. And it's still really weird. Hold on a second. Everything just got like super small on one screen and then everything disappeared. I'm back, I think. Um, did I go quiet at all? Did it just keep going through it?
No,
I
yeah, you
heard
were
you the whole
good.
time.
You were good.
Yep.
Weird.
Either a Twitch thing or a.
No, I think it was my computer side. I think it was. It has sometimes problems connecting to the Roku TV, so whatever. Anyway, sorry. If I cut you off, go ahead, continue. Or was I talking?
I don't know. I was just gonna say is that if they're long dead, then how do you have one of their helmets? You think you just something be picked up?
If it was taken off of a corpse, that'd be very interesting. Um, I the only person that I can it couldn't be though.
I mean, we never got his name, and he didn't seem to dreaded from me picking it up off his head and throwing it into the marsh. So
He also surrendered on noble terms.
He claimed to be a noble. What house did he say he was from?
he didn't say, did he?
Did Loris not challenge him? He was wounded. I suppose he was
Oh
living.
no, no, it wasn't.
Of course, if somebody makes a claim of nobility, they have to prove it. I
Oh, fair enough. We take the young lord, excuse me, down to
Goose,
the.
I don't trust this matter in the hands of the maester. I would prefer it being handled by a man of the cloth. Can you please go to this prisoner and figure out who he might be? And if you would do me a kindness, Hector, would you please protect Goose while he does this?
Not if he acts up, I'll do something I wouldn't say in front of a lady. How does that sound?
I was do something. I was gonna do something I wouldn't explain in front of a lady or a godsworn. Okay, so basically, she's asking Goose to go and question this man, not interrogate him, just kind of go and inquire who he is and what he was doing
Yeah.
there.
I mean, if he hurt, if he tries to hurt anybody,
Yeah, and Hector, you kind of like, go with him as you two are walking to the where he's being held. Any kind of back and forth or strategizing before you enter in to talk to this guy?
he says, "Oh, just let me know if you need me to rough him up a little or something."
Prefer not to resort to violence if we don't have to.
And sometimes you gotta.
Let's like go on in.
Okay. Yeah, you enter inside. It is basically the position that has been taken up as the quote unquote prison is the highest tower point, which is like down here. So this is just for room referencing. We're not actually, you don't have to move tokens around. But basically, this room has been cleared of any arrows or the like. Um, and there is a barred door at the base of the steps there. So the person inside can't get out because they're arrow slits. There's not enough room for a person to move through an arrow slit. And there's just very kind of loose material for them to be um, able to sleep and kind of maintain comfort up here, or a level of comfort. Don't want him to be too comfortable. But the knight, as explained, is present. He's still dirty and still, a bit battered from the combat. He would look at Hector and then look at Goose, and then his head would tilt to the left, like that kind of, like absolutely confused, as Goose comes into view. He does not start the conversation though.
How is he injured at all?
He
Instead,
is not. I don't think he
it's
took
fine.
enough. Like, I don't think he took a.
It was mostly superficial.
Yeah. I think he took one wound in the entirety of the fight.
That was well, yeah. There was just then me hitting him in his chest plate or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll approach him. Um, so what made you stand with that lot?
I'm sorry. Who are you?
I'm God's one. I'm here to aid in whatever way I can.
Your name.
They call me Goose. It's a nickname I get called around here.
I care not for your nickname. What is your name?
Gamma.
Gamo of what house?
I've long forsaken the house, cast out long ago.
Bastards would have the name Rivers. Um, so that is what you would go by.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait, I'm sorry. Did he give his name yet
No, if you
in the cell?
you would know to say Rivers, like you would because
Okay.
saying I have forsaken my name basically means like I don't talk to you. A bastard has more acknowledgement than a person with no name. So, if you do say your name as Rivers, he will say, "Ah, another dragon whelp,
Yeah.
spurned out, ejaculated out into the sea or out into the waters. Fucking filth." He looks at you and then looks to Hector. But yeah, that's how he just referred to Goose. He said, "You dragon whelp."
And Hector saying, "Mind your mouth, you little shit. Remember, you're in our cells."
Apologies.
It don't bother me none. But why were you with one like me if there's such a problem?
Her machinations were known to me. Yours remains secret to me, as all you dragon spawn, all you Blackfires, Rivers bastards,
All right, get to the point.
are filled with deception and are all trying to make goals on those around you, he says, looking at Hector. Even if you protest otherwise, well, I knew what she wanted, and it aligned with what I wanted. I don't know
And
what you
what would
want.
that be?
House Goodman to fall.
Goodman House has only been beneficial.
For
Help
some,
the area
for some, for others not so
to,
much.
to whom would they hurt? I don't know much of these areas.
I am not really interested in educating you on matters you aren't aware of. I am interested in understanding why it was you that they sent to me, why your lord is not treating with me, or perhaps his bitch mother. At this point, Hector, it literally sounds like he is just cruising for a bruising, man. Like
He really.
Yeah,
he's skating.
yeah. Swing on him.
He's skating on thin ice, Bucko. Like,
Wait, is he? Is
The
he?
last one
Is
broke
he?
it.
Is he in an open like cell, like,
No.
or is it like something I have to open and?
I'm gonna snap ping you to it again, just so you have
Okay.
it.
Okay, he's just
He's like in the
tower.
top of a tower.
He's
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
he's
This is
in
his
the
whole
top of a
room.
tower. Yep. You see
So
it?
you
Oh,
are
okay.
in the tower. You can punch him.
Yeah. The door's closed and locked.
Oh,
behind you.
I literally just full kick him right in the face.
Yeah. You kick him right in the face. You could see that it cleanly knocks out like a couple of his teeth on like the right side, and he kind of falls to the ground, spitting blood out of his mouth, and kind of looking up to you.
And I'll grab him by the hair and pull him up, and I'll like point his face to the Godsworn and just be like, "All right, Godsworn, now ask him his name."
He'll kind of uh
Then
he'll kind of like spit and kind of make the noises of a person who's like in pain, but you can see, and it's something that's going to piss Hector off. I just know it, but you can see that he is making a concentrated effort to remain calm. So even though he's kind of like, "Ugh," as you're like lifting his hair and kind of like holding him up to the Godsworn, he's got this kind of look on his face that just like, oh god, this guy's a fucking punchable human being. Like,
yeah.
and do you ask him his name?
Yeah.
My name is Jared Lawston. Since my house has been diminished and other bats fly in our keep, I have taken on the name similar to yourself. I am Rivers.
We're not too far apart. Just different paths walk.
I'm sorry, what?
So says we're just on different paths.
He kind of looks at you just confused, and I think he kind of has a similar thing in his head, like, what? Like I kind of heard you, but I was like, but yeah, like the look on his face like changes from like trying to be arrogant and kind of like in charge to more of a the fuck. Literally the last thing he expected to hear from who he thinks is
We're all over here playing checkers. Goose is playing 4D chess.
yeah.
And Hector kind of looks at Goose like, "Huh?"
Also confused by what the Godsword said. Um, do you let him go like or once the answer has been had, like once the question has been asked and the answer has been had, or do you continue to hold him
Oh no.
like okay?
Oh no.
And do you make a call for him to release him? Because again, he's holding him by his hair. It's definitely not a pleasant.
Yeah. You should let him go.
He'll lightly. No, not lightly. He'll just toss him to the side.
Okay. Jared Lawson will kind of, you know, do his best to kind of redress himself and then look up to Goose and say, I suppose that there is no one to ransom me off to, so your lord will likely just finish what he started and finish me.
I'd say that's a possibility, but uh, I think there is potential in you if you wish to aid us in some way.
I do not hate you, but the path to my goals runs through House Goodman. Fortunately, unless you're willing to divert my path, that is what I have in my heart, and the only way I see fit to do it is that. But I'm no assassin.
Yeah,
No.
you showed honor earlier, didn't say. Uh,
I wouldn't go that far.
I'd say the young lord could be convinced for other matters if given time to talk to you, or aided maybe.
Well, he is doubtless recovering from the conflict. I don't think I'll be leaving here, so I will wait to treat with him when he is ready.
I'm up. This is uh,
And again, above table, if anybody has any thoughts, like question wise, that you want to help Travis with, you're absolutely welcome to talk about it amidst table. But like, if there's anything that they say that you don't think Goose would be like keen to ask about, that's up to you as well.
it was really just it for his name.
Yeah, and you got it. Mission accomplished.
Uh,
Yeah, I gotta be honest. If his whole goal is to destroy the house, then he's probably not long for this world. Being very honest with
yeah.
you. So, like, out of character, I'm gonna be frank. If that's the report I'm giving back,
Oh,
I'm gonna give him a nice death. It'll be quick,
who said you were getting the
but
report? The Godsworn was asked by your mother, not you.
is it true?
Yeah, you have
But
no
I feel
idea.
that the Hedge Knight likes me.
All right. Well, if you guys are removing yourself from the tower, locking it behind you, and returning back into it, you guys are heading down the stairs. Unless you have something else you want to do with Jared here.
Oh, since it's a Game of Thrones situation,
This is the
um,
game. That's the game we're playing. Yeah.
yeah, uh, if we're done on the way out, he's gonna say, and this is for your fucking foul mouth, and just stomp right on his ankle.
Okay. Yeah, solid. Just stomp on the ankle. It doesn't sound like you break anything, but you definitely sprang it pretty well, right? And you can
We
just
don't.
go ahead.
They'll say, "Don't want you running anywhere," and he'll push him into the wall.
Yeah, he kind of like shuffles down and kind of like ends up seated on his ass. But yeah, he would have been his armor would have been taken from him, and he's basically just in jerkin and breeches. Um, you two head down the stairs. After that little bit of violence on the end of it, door gets shut and locked by you, Hector, and the two of you make your way down the steps of the tower back into the main keep proper. As you're descending, is there any kind of conversation you're having along the way?
Yeah, we'll go talk to the lady.
Okay, so you two are heading back to speak to Mara. Okay,
Yep,
she's
and I'll tell him to leave nothing out.
she's still in the chapel. So when you arrive there, you just say his name is right.
I was
Yep.
gonna let the Godsworn talk.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah. Tell her his name, and then
What was his name?
that's a good
Jason,
one. Yeah.
Jared.
The first
No,
one.
wait, hold on.
Jared.
Pause for a second. Pause for a second. I like that you were able to answer, John. But watch this. Watch this. You ready? You ready for this? You ready for this? It's going to amaze the crap out of you, Travis, and it's going to teach you a lesson. Kimmy, what's that guy's name? Damn it!
Oh no.
Don't fail me here.
It was it was Jared.
What was his last name?
Long something.
Lawson.
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 Lawson. Lawson.
Lothston.
I
Damn it,
was
Kimmy, I'm sorry for
on
putting you
it
on
for
the
one.
spot like
I
that.
know.
I'm so sorry,
You know
buddy.
what? It's what I get. The one
No.
time I was like checked out.
It's okay because honestly, like you were like, John's been taking notes since I've been gone, so I don't even have to take notes anymore. John can do
He
it.
was insane. I
Yeah.
was like, he's got this.
He had the first name. He might have had the last name. I think a couple people talked at the same time. It's fine. I love you, John. Thank you for paying attention.
I had it wrong.
But Travis, take notes. Come on, buddy. But yeah, you say Jared Lawson, and she'll look at you. Are you certain that is the name he gave?
Was the only one. Yes.
He is my nephew.
Oh, what else? Hey,
Uh,
Godsworn. What else did he say?
He wants the fall of the House Goodman is the only way. Said
What else did he say?
You didn't take notes. Why are you doing this to him?
I know what he wants him to say.
I know what he wants him to say, but I also know that Travis probably wasn't paying attention to the nuance. And it's okay, Travis. Do not think that we're razzing you or writing it. Like, we're literally just getting you used to the bit. But yeah, what did he want him to say, John? Just say it. Stop being a jerk.
He called you a bitch, my lady.
That's fair of him to say, in actuality. And she'll kind of move to one of the pews and sit down. My brother, um, some time ago, uh, he did not want me to marry your former lord and your friend. She says former lord to Goose and says friend to Hector. Instead, he had hopes that I would marry into House Went. We understood the political machinations at present. Our elders, what they were doing. We got out of the house as quickly as we could. My brother kept the name Lothston, but was referred to as the Lothston by the East Sea. He had left and stayed on the eastern coast of the God's Eye. He tried to establish himself as a new house in Lollistan territory. I believe that he had good dealings with House Lolliston, but I don't think that he was well accepted, nor were his plans allowed to reach fruition. He had sent me a letter once, a decade or so ago now, probably before or only shortly after Loris's birth. He said that he had no more time for looking to the past. I knew his son briefly, but again, I got married and moved. He was but a boy, but even in his youth he did not like me well, nor did his father, for that matter. When we were children, he would strike me about the head. He would call me all sorts of foul things, so I suppose it's fair that his son is equally ingracious. But I will settle it, because blood is of importance.
What do you mean by settle?
I will take it. I will take it in order. I will allow him to make this insult and not ask you to honor me by engaging in violence with him.
I gave him a couple of good licks already, so
Thank you so much for that. I am certain that 40 would have done likewise. But his presence here is unnerving. It's also true from what I understand, that this knife lady was a bastard of the dragon.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I understand his machinations a bit more, and why he would try and say that Goodman was his route through. When House Goodman was formed after the first Blackfire Rebellion, patches of land were taken from House Woad and House Goodbrook and given to the one known as 20 Goodman. As far south as the Rolling Ford, along the God's Eye River, House Woad has been kind in these matters. As I understand it, uh, Jack Woad is still among our number, and his camp is just outside. So obviously he holds no grudge, and he is willing to work with us as he sees is respectable. House Goodbrook, on the other hand, is not so kind, and we have dealt with their problems for decades. House Goodbrook is also a house that has certain loyalties, certain old ideas regarding who should be king. There have been 4 of these rebellions. House Goodbrook on each has shown subtle favor to the Blackfires, to the rebels. They hate us and have hated us since we've taken their land. They say that there is a very important crypt present inside of these lands, and we have made it our own, not removing the old Goodbrooks that remained inside it, but no longer following their traditions. I believe it is Jared's intent to usurp Loris Goodman, take his position, killing all who would not favor that as an option, as I'm certain he's grown up to be very similarly connected to our house. Dark hair, I presume.
Yeah,
A certain arrogance about him.
of course.
I don't know why, but Lothston males typically fall into this category. I see it a little bit in Luris, but I think Goodman blood definitely adds something to it. Perhaps he knows his limits, despite his competence. If you wish to tell Lord Goodman regarding this matter, and see what his decision regarding Jared's fate would be, I will not try to stop you. I will simply ask that if you do, you let him know that it would be my request that you show mercy. My reasoning is my own, but I will not be saddened if he does not heed my request.
Up to you, Goose.
We don't confront the unworld about it. He would just go up there himself, and it could be Rayleigh's.
If that is what you wish to do, Godsworn, I would not hold it against you. I understand your vows have certain measures against participating in these kind of frivolities. And of course, Hector, I know that you do not care for these matters of blood. But someone must tell him. If it comes from Jared himself, then so be it. But I would rather it come from somebody he trusts. Looking at Goose, and then looks over at Hector, or someone he knew as a friend of his father's. I will pray on
Who
this.
sits up,
What
as you should, lady.
what'd you say, Goose? What?
I was gonna say Goose. Let's tell him. He almost says boy lord again, but that's
So it's
young lord.
later in the day, like later in the evening. Actually, we're getting into the evening time. Um, Loris, you would have retired to your bedchamber.
Yeah, especially after being worked on, I'd be absolutely dead.
Yeah, so what you would note is that soon after you kind of take to the bed and are just kind of like slipping into unconsciousness, your door opens, and this is different than what this is kind of while all this is happening. And your sister, Lucia, will actually come into the room, um, and she appears to have water and some food. Um, and she'll kind of like place those things out for you. And when she looks down to you, she'll say, "Thank you for avenging our house. Your bravery means a lot to me, if not to Mom as well."
I between us, as I've talked with Dad before he passed, these stories are gonna get blown out of proportion. They're gonna sing tales and say things that I couldn't have done. I need at least one person to know that I was up front, yes. I never landed a single hit. Rogar almost single-handedly defeated that woman. And I will train to live up to those stories.
It is how you move forward, I suppose, is what Father would always say. And do not hold it so harshly against yourself. I'm certain that your presence embolden others to take great actions that they may not have taken in your absence.
Thank you.
And even if
Uh,
the stories do get blown out of proportion, know this. I know the truth, and I'm still proud of you.
and he would just shake his head at that to like a yes, like a thank you basically, and would kind of want to retire unless there was more
Yeah.
things because I don't know about you, John. I've been blown up before. It's yeah, you're pretty tired after a big injury,
Oh,
so
no, no, for sure, for sure. She is going to leave you to it, but you again do feel like famished, right? Like there's definitely a desire to get the soup into your body. So like you're going to kind of maneuver to that and kind of make sure that that happens. And basically, just as you're about to finish that meal is when there's a knock at your door. And again, I know you are tired as hell, and so it's more fun this way. Uh, the gods,
yeah, yeah. Come on in.
the Godsworn and Hector enter in.
Well, hello. What do I owe this great meetings of minds?
Well, Goose here has some things to tell you.
Okay,
Helped
Godsworn.
our our new friend up in the tower.
So, just talking to my mama. Uh, we spoke with the prisoner. His name is Jared Lawson. He seems to be in the way I took it, a relative of yours.
Mine. In what way?
As of your mother's side, her nephew.
Okay, so my cousin.
Yes.
Well, that's not where I thought we would be ending this. And I would look over and say, who all knows this?
Just gonna post a link here in the notifications chat for folks. Take this as you will. Cool. Enjoy.
I asked how many people know about this.
Just the. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, if he doesn't say, I'll say that just the two of us and your mother.
Okay. What did he have any demands, any wants, any cares?
Demands, no. He just wants the fall of the house. Or maybe take your position in it.
Well, that's sadly not going to happen, is it?
Your
Most likely not,
mother
sir.
did want mercy upon him.
Did she give a reason?
She said the reasons were her own.
Then fine, he'll die for her own reasons. I would look over at Hector. Upon what you sent us, we would know about this in the game, right?
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't be an uncommon thing. I would look at Hector and say, I don't take pleasure in asking for executions. But at the moment, I feel not to gain a curse on myself, if you would be so kind. I don't know how taboo it
Or
would be to say curse. I don't know anything about this world.
No, it's accurate.
would you rather it be me or the knight that usually is, or do you even want to involve him in this?
I don't want him to know. I feel he would want to fight out of it.
No, for your father, say no more. And you'll just walk out of the room.
Okay. Just
Happily. And no questions asked.
I just want to ask, you are going up to the tower and killing Jared Lawson. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Explain exactly how it goes.
Oh, here we go.
He's my favorite.
Oh boy.
I do want to say real fast, your assumption that I would want to fight out of it is absolutely accurate.
Yeah, no, I know.
I would have
you,
brought
and
two
I know.
swords with me, one for him, one for me.
Yeah, any character you play is like that, so you weren't allowed to know about this.
So he'll just walk up there, open the door. He'll have his ball and chain, just like he's just palming it in one hand,
Yeah.
and he'll open the door. If they're sitting down, it's like, get up.
So he will not even see me.
Looks to be the case.
He'll do as instructed. I assume.
And then I just literally put it right through his face.
Yeah. Well, if you're kind of doing it in a quick fashion, you basically hit him in the back of the head, not the face, because hitting him in the face isn't going to kill him. you'd basically snap the spine on the back and break the head. You would know how to kill him quickly, and
Yeah, yeah.
he would not move because he doesn't want to feel the pain of it. And yeah, you would drop his body to the ground very quickly and very cleanly. Um, just a massive kind of like twisted wrench of his neck and the back of his head, and it's like a bit of blood, but not like a massive amount.
I'll wipe it off on my uh whatever I'm wearing.
Hmm.
and and I'm just like, that shit. Guess I gotta dispose of it now.
Yeah. So the question is are you going to take it out and like try and perform proper rites on it, or if you're just going to throw it out into the woods and let it be to the dogs? Um, Ask if it's supposed to be interred in some sort of special crypt or anything. Like, what is your plan?
Now I'll just pick them up, bring them down. Is there what's the word? Ramparts at the end of the stairs for this or something that I could just throw them off of?
Yeah, you could find ramparts and throw them out into the kind of open air
Yeah, to
outside
the
of the.
dogs.
Yeah, that's fine. Wolves will probably come about and find him, or vultures will probably come about and deal with it. Um, but yeah, you lay there in bed, um, having instructed your hedge knight to go and deal with the matter. It is dealt with, and you sleep like a baby. The pain in the morning is kind of assuaged slightly. You feel like it's still going to be some time because if you move, like, your arm in kind of like a certain way, you kind of feel a sharp pang. So you'll be kind of down and out for a couple of, possibly a week or two, to be completely honest. I know that Rogar is going to be down for about a month, just due to the kind of damage to the spine and the back. Um, and he's able to walk around with a cane, but he's not able to kind of like keep pace and runs or anything. So during the morning kind of training in the matter, it's mostly kind of just staying in the keep at this point. Um, Keegan, you kind of made it through with like not a bunch of wounds or anything. It definitely hurts, and you do find some trouble breathing in kind of the first few, days of the matter. Um, but is there anything that like the next day in particular, or anything that you want to engage with um, to see what's going on? Like, do you want to go to Loris and talk to him specifically, or anybody else?
No, I think I really wanted to get that guy in the boat, and once he starts healing, he's gonna take training a little bit more serious because he didn't do so well.
Okay. And uh, Goose, is there anything in particular in the kind of like healing processes that you're kind of engaging with? Obviously, the Maester deals with the healing. It's not like a Dungeons and Dragons cleric or something that you're playing. But is there anything that you want to do to kind of like maybe help bolster morale or do anything to kind of? Do you want to chat with Luris about the matter further?
Get back and grab a drink.
Yeah, I'll speak to Larissa.
Okay. So you'd find Luris the next day.
Hello, young lord.
Well, what do I owe the pleasure, Godsworn?
Just making rounds. Figured we could use a quick chat. Uh, how
It
are you
has been
feeling
a
today?
ah alive and well.
Better that you avenged your father?
No, it doesn't feel any different. I'm still a son missing his father. I'm still a new lord who doesn't understand what he's doing, and I am now gravely injured and still healing. It does not feel like much of a victory, but at least it's something.
As it would be, and at least you gained the wisdom and foresight of what it's like.
That is nice. I won't be surprised next time. And
Hopefully,
how long has the Godsworn been around?
He was with you when you got attacked by a shadow cat, and Rogar saved you, if you remember.
yep.
Okay.
So he's definitely
So
been with you. Yeah.
he's seen my
Uh,
father fight then.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
That's basically where that was leading. So I got a question for him,
Um,
which
Real quick, Goose is 23 years old, right? So I think you've been with the house
yeah,
since you were like freshly kind of like,
yeah,
given the title.
yeah,
So you've been in this house since you were 16, probably. So
yeah. I invented Rogar, I think,
yeah.
for like on the travel there, pretty much.
And I think you were 18 at that time, and I think the young lordling was like 14, I think is what we described, and
Yeah,
yeah,
14.
Keegan was about the same.
yeah.
And then Rogar was like,
Yeah,
Rogar's young too, right?
Yeah, Rogar's
yeah.
19.
Yeah, I think he was like 17 when he did it, like did all the cool shit. So yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, he's been around for a while.
When my father would come back from these fights, these battles, was he ever shaken? Was he worried?
Every man's shaken after killing someone. I've seen a lot of something that don't leave you.
Do you think it'll get better
I
or easier, depending on who you ask?
I would say, in my opinion, it would probably never get better. You just learn to live with it. That's probably not what you wanted to hear.
It's a sad reality I will live with. Uh, but if you did not hear, our prisoner has passed. And I would say it that plainly.
Uh, I heard. I did not see the body though to perform rites or anything over it.
Oh, it must have gotten lost.
Suppose so.
But on that note, was there anything else, Godsworn, that you needed?
No, young lord. I just wanted to see how you were holding up.
Well, I thank you for that.
I suppose you'd catch up with Rogar, who's again not. Well, Rogar would probably not be there for training the next day. Um, but I would assume, based on the way Kimmy has mentioned it, Keegan is basically out in the field, and if Loris is ready to do training, Keegan is as well.
It would take me a bit to get like back up to full
Okay,
speed.
yeah, I'd say a couple of days then. So then, by that time, I think Rogar has kind of come to the I'm covered in wraps and I'm wearing like like a jerkin that's kind of not buttoned or not fully breasted, so that like it's not tight against the chest. And he's kind of like walking around with like a cane, which is probably just a makeshift piece of oak he found out in the wood, that he just happened to have in his room for some reason. He just seems like the guy who would be like, "This is a good stick. I'm gonna keep it."
You never know when you need a good
You
stick.
never know. And say, hey, you were right. You needed
It
it at the
proved
time.
right. Yep.
So, basically similar to where we started, just I'd say about a week later, I think is fair to say, is where we would basically be picking up from this point. Unless anybody has anything they want to interject before we fast forward like that.
You know what? I think I would try to get permission to go speak to the prisoner, not knowing that he passed, because I want to know about the guy in the boat.
Okay.
I totally forgot about that.
You would ask Loris for permission?
Uh, I believe that's who I need permission from, right?
Yeah. The Maester would tell you if you kind of seek out that permission, since this would probably be early before the training part. He'd say,
Yeah.
the Lord has determined that he was not worth keeping and had him killed. His declaration of lordship was false. and his efforts were an attempt to gain access into the keep, to attempt to kill him. And out of character, I think that would be the kind of the party line that you pushed. Is that fair to say, Loris?
Oh, 100%. That guy was a bold-faced liar,
The only
claiming to be my
No,
cousin.
no, no, don't say that aloud. Don't even bring that up because that can actually be
Well,
treason.
oh yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I would say that you'd basically just say he lied about being a noble and he tried to get in here. And so the only people who know that he said he was Jared Lothston at this point would be the Godsworn, Goose, um, Hector, the Salt Cured, and your mother, Mira Goodman. And so far as you can tell, after you announce that to the house and the remnants of your guard and such, it doesn't seem like she is willing to contest you on that. She's not basically going, "No, that's a lie." She's not doing that kind of shit. She's like, "Okay, if that's the version of the truth that we're going with, I will stick by it."
That is the version I'm going with.
Right. So it's up to the Godsworn and the Hedge Knight to uh, tell everybody and ruin everything. Um, but yeah, Keegan, the Maester would tell you the party line. He was trying to get in here and trying to kind of gain access to the keep because he thought he could do something. So Loris had him killed.
I was hoping to talk to him. There's something that it's just I can't get my mind off that guy.
What guy?
He's escaped me twice now.
There was a
Once
man
in
who
town.
escaped you twice?
Yeah.
I did not know there was an
Once.
individual who escaped. We do not have the defenses to hold up against a possible attack, even if it was just from one guy. I will do my best to see if I can't hire mercenaries or call in the town watch to bolster our defenses for the time being. We lost a number of individuals out there on the marsh.
To be fair, this guy has never attacked. Every time I've seen him, he's always been fleeing. And I don't know. I just don't like it.
I would say that the best lesson I can teach you in this moment is to always be prepared for the worst and not presume anything of your enemy. He may
You're
have
right.
shown you his hand so far, but who's to know what he keeps in his sleeve?
You're right. And there's a reason he's running. He doesn't want us to know who he is, I think.
I hope if you do find him, the mystery is as interesting as you are imagining it to be at this moment.
Well, he's gotten into our town before. He could be there now. So, yeah, up the watch. Thank you.
Of course. Anything else anybody wants to engage in before we get to the training part?
I would just
Uh,
send my armor or send for the blacksmith to fix my armor
Yeah,
where I
he
get the massive.
he would have actually been there waiting for you guys to return. I mentioned that he was there. Garmin Fisher was among the number of people you could have talked to. So basically, when you got
Yeah,
back, he was already starting to repair your armor. It was expected. Like, so yeah, he knows. And the first
perfect.
armor he would have fixed, obviously, would have been the Lords, then the Anointed Knights, who got a little bit of dings here and there, and then through the Guard, he wouldn't have even fucked around with the Archers, and yeah,
Perfect.
of course. And about a week or so later, Rogar with stick and bandages and the like. Um, I think Kagan, you're still wearing kind of like a bit of a binding around the chest to hold the bandage to that area, but it hasn't leaked in a couple of days now. So the when the dressing has been replaced by the maester, he says you're healing exceptionally well with this, and it seems like you'll be fine. Um, Probably won't even feel like remnant pain for or in a couple of weeks or a couple of days even. And then of course for Master Loris, the arm still feels a little out of sorts, but it's also like the dressing situation. It's gotten to a point where um, it doesn't really like seem to be an open wound anymore, more just a scar at this point. Um,
okay.
so you guys regroup in the courtyard, and of course, Rogar training must continue.
Yeah. Yeah, so the new training schedule. I'm just gonna have you guys practice sword fighting. For this would be also helping your endurance. We're just gonna go as long as you can. I can't run to keep up with you today, so and I think it'd be best you learn how to use the new swords better than more endurance. You did pretty well in the last fight in enduring, so if we can get your sword skill up, we'll make you 80 Goodman.
Which for Loris, it's probably been like just based on the way that you've been role playing it, Chandler. You've been kind of stewing on your performance at the combat. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Well, what he just said to you, it sounded like the kindest way to say, I saw that, but you got it, kid. He said, you endured. You definitely fought through the whole fight. That's true. Now we just need to get you to be good at the fighting, and it'll be awesome.
Good job making it this far. Now we gotta make it where you're effective in this far.
It seems like you're gonna push through regardless. We just need you to be effective at it.
Well,
But
thank you for that, Rogar. But let's see what we can do in training, and look over at Keegan and say, any part of you I shouldn't aim for?
Yeah, be a little gentle around this side. Points to
Okay.
his ribs.
and you two kind of cuts to you like practicing getting ready. Hector, at this point, it's really up to you whether or not you have maneuvered back to the town or if you've remained here. Because again, the watch was called in to help bolster their defenses. Your assumption is that they kind of feel like they need it. You probably have overheard from Keegan that there was one person at least that got away from the fight. So there is a possibility of someone trying to,
Why? I remember because I was there.
yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, at least one person. And Keegan seems to be very focused on it. So, is there anything that you want to engage in since you didn't take any damage through that week? Um, or do you think by the week's point you'd probably move out of the keep and back to the town?
They said they knew his name, right? It was like Derry or some shit.
No, no, no. Lord Derry or
Oh,
Master Derry is Keegan Derry.
I'm an idiot.
It's okay.
Looking for me?
Yeah,
Well,
apparently.
Travis,
I
this
thought
would
I
be
thought
the
they.
perfect time for you to just sauce him, right? Because he's been giving you shit about not knowing stuff that was just said to you.
I was never. I was just getting him to
John,
because he's the Godsworn.
John, I'm obviously teasing. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to seem insulting. Um, Continue.
I guess I would try to put my nose to the ground, try to figure out who this is.
Okay. So there's really not going to be much about it in town. What you're going to learn though is that it does sound like the issues of the bandits have kind of fallen aside. Like they're no longer a matter. Um, and you would note that after the conflict, you overheard, and not many people were paying attention to them. Like they didn't even treat with them because everybody kind of went to their beds. But the Woad contingent stated that they were going to scour the woods in that area of their territory to ensure that there were no other bandits or other hidey holes for these bandits as well. So it sounds like
Okay.
the problem of the eye pluckers is concluded. There's no issue there, so far as you can tell.
Oh, then. Uh, man, I got a train or anything. I got a.
No, I mean, like, you obviously have your own, like, workout routine, your kind of practice routine. Whether or not you want to stay on at the keep and kind of, like, offer your services therein, because you can see that Rogar is pretty woody. He took two axe jabs to the back.
Well, no, I will for the night, but during the day I'll probably go about my business. Maybe treat them to a nice Iron Isles meal every so often, based on what I go fishing or
Bring some fish back. Love that. Okay.
yeah.
Um, so, after about 2 weeks. So Rogar, you're on the mend. You still are using the cane, but you're not like your body isn't as compacted. You're not feeling like the tension on the wounds on your back. It doesn't feel like you're you know leaning fully on the cane. It's really just there to help guide. Um, and the two young individuals, you feel like you're pretty much over your wounds, and they are settled into scars at this point, right? Um, and the Godsworn, you're of course attending, the house, and the Maester will actually call upon your guidance regarding a matter, and he asks you to come to his tower.
Okay.
When
Yep.
you arrive there, he holds up a letter. We um, have a bit of an issue here. I don't know how I wish to engage the young lord regarding this matter, and I hope that you would perhaps aid me in what you think might be a wise course of action. And you would be handed the letter, um, as you can read. Um, Most nobles can as well, but yeah, um, obviously, a person who reads holy books would be able to. Um, and it would be a letter from House Goodbrook. And the request is that Lord Goodman take for consideration Lady Lucia Goodman as a betrothal to Larius Goodbrook, the Lord of House Goodbrook, whose wife passed during the last winter. The request is formalized by the Maester of House Goodbrook, a man known as Beckon, Beckon, um, who is the Maester of House Goodbrook. Um, he looks to you and says, "My advisement would be to steer away from this betrothal. I don't think it wise that such an asset as his beautiful sister be passed off and squandered on us Goodbrook, though their wealth in this region is, well, compared to most, they have a very large propensity of land, despite crying about the fact that a sliver of it was taken by our house. What do you think?"
Everything I have heard of them, they're not too. I mean, they're well off, but do you think we could go without their support?
If we would have peaceful affiliation with House Goodbrook, we already have decently good communication with House Woad. In fact, I received a letter from Jack Woad, um, pretty much the same time as this one, and they simply asked if the young lord was interested to attend a dinner at their estates in Briarwhite.
I would suggest if you believe we are doing better off at the moment anyway, to probably, as you say, turn it down or tell the young lady.
I feel
That
like
way,
your guidance is wise. They do have quite a power here in the area around the lake, and I feel like, I don't know. I'm not much of a politician, but I do sense some measure of treachery here. I am well aware of his wife passing during the winter of some malady, some plague, but why he would seek the hand of someone so young is beyond me. Lucia is but 17 years old, and I believe Larius
Could also
Goodbrook is
be a
in his 38th winter.
could also be a play of the young lord's land. He's young and impressionable.
Hmm.
Marrying in the family would create a tie, yes, but
It would.
could leave room for them to move in as well.
I don't think it would be that cut and dry, but I think there is some wisdom there as well. Perhaps it is his goal to lord her over him. I do not know Loris's feelings for Lucia, but I know that they are brother and sister, and well, I don't think they dislike one another.
It's definitely a tough inquiry. I would still I would say we suggest to pass on it.
Do you think this is a matter that might be something his knightly teacher would be interested in hearing as well, and perhaps we could parse some understanding with him? I don't know much about the good knight known as the Shadow Beast, but I do know that he is anointed and serves very well at what he does and has served this house for some time.
His opinion would be highly trusted to the young lord anyway.
Let's go engage with him. And they will go out, and as you're kind of like watching them sword fighting, but like not, just occasionally like pointing with the cane, um, the Godsworn and the Maester will come over and talk to you. Now, Luris and Keegan, you would see this, and again, as we've seen, this is not a common occurrence. But yeah, two robed individuals come to talk to Rogar.
Hmm. Can I help you?
We have an inquiry, a simple matter. The Lord has not been shown this information yet, and I do wish to advise him wisely. So I wish to inform those who I think would offer the best guidance. And he'll hold his hand out to the Godsworn, who will then hand over the letter, and then he'll hand it over to you. And you've already heard what it says.
Yeah.
So, um, child did. It's okay. Um, your thoughts on the matter. Do you think we should consider this as an option or ignore it?
I think we should ignore it. It has been a long known fact that Goodbrook is no fan of ours.
I do not have
We
any.
don't know how his last wife died, and I do not wish for the Lord to be saddened by something happening to his sister or be swayed by something taken of his sisters.
When you suggest that there may be like machinations to the wife's death, you can actually see Maester Goodwin's mouth kind of drop, like absolutely gobsmacked, and he looks to the Godsworn like, "Can you believe what he just suggested?" And then kind of looks back to Rogar and says, "A consideration I hadn't thought of, but cunning. Definitely something that there might be more afoot on this matter." I will go with my gut, I think, on this then. I am with you. House Goodbrook would be a poor, a poor choice for Lucia. But we will discuss this with the Lord himself. And just as they're about to kind of like all three of them turn to face Luris and kind of call him over, and Keegan potentially as well. That's where we'll end the session for tonight. Thanks for watching those that did. We'll pick up next week. I think we're good on next week to engage in this next arc, this next beat. Thanks for watching those that did, and we will see you next Tuesday.